renewable energy sources we should harness in abundance so that we can shift from this renewable to non-renewable. Because as earlier said, 90%, over 90% of the energy produced is from non-renewable. So that we have to shift by 2030 or 2050, almost half of the energy should be available from renewable energy sources. Also, improvement of engine design, the engine should be made more efficient. I want to explain a small thing. I told that after the industrial revolution, this pollution has started. So we cannot stop these industries once and all, because these industries are very efficient for producing our commodities and also getting jobs for our generations. So we cannot stop these factories and all. But we have to technically implement more awareness into this, and we have to improve the emissions from these factories and all by using advanced technologies. One example is that earlier we are having thermal power plants in Ramagundam, Andhra Pradesh and all, and that was built almost 25 to 30 years ago, and a lot of emissions are there from that power plant. But recently, before 5 years and all, in the outskirts of Delhi, they have built one 2,000 megawatt of power plant, super thermal power plant. And super thermal power plant is only emitting this ash content or smoke in the atmosphere only 10% of the 10% of the coal which is used by the power plant. Earlier power plant in Ramagundam and all, which is emitting almost 40% of the ash. But in the super thermal power plant nearby Delhi city, it is only emitting only 10%. So we have to improve the technology so that minimum hazards will be caused to the atmosphere and also the environment. With that, save electricity and fuel for the future. This is a word I can say to all of you. I expect wholehearted cooperation from all those who had attended this seminar, and you have to give propaganda of this what you are gained from the seminar to your neighbors and all, and we have to give awareness for the whole people. Then I thank you. I thank you once again, all the participants for hearing this seminar, and also the EEE department of the institution for giving me this opportunity. Thank you all. Thank you all. Okay. Questions? Any questions or discussions? I think time is running now. Any questions can be addressed.
Participants, any questions? Students?
Video
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Shall I stop the presentation?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
With an aspect of social care, you have explained very clearly the seriousness of greenhouse effect by comparing it with the uncomfortability by using the blankets at the earlier of the presentation, sir. And you have explained the climatic changes which you have seen from your childhood days to till now due to global warming, sir. Various sources of energy generation sources, both renewable and non-renewable, you have explained, and you have finally gave the importance of the energy conservation in a very crystal clear view, sir. In spite of your busy schedule, you have delivered. We are very thanks, and particularly you have explained the significance of star rating towards energy conservation. Very nice, sir. As a person from electricity board, you have given a clear perception in power saving procedure, which we have to adopt domestically and also more essential. Thank you, sir. And finally, you have advised us to celebrate the Energy Conservation Day, World Environmental Day, how we celebrate our birthdays, wedding days, and all. This is very nice, and we will follow you, sir. And sure, in this day, in spite of our EEE department of SRM Valliyamma Engineering College, on behalf of our students and staff, I assure you that, sir, we will follow your advice. And particularly, we assure that the slogan, what you said, at last, we will save the electricity and fuel for the future, sir. Thank you very much. And in spite of your busy schedule, you have spent your valuable time with us. Once again, on behalf of our EEE department, I express my extreme thanks to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Arivalagan, sir.
Madam, sorry, taking group photo.
Second.
Sitting down. Sir, monitor. Monitor. Sir, okay. அடுத்து start பண்ணுமா? I will start. Amsini, have you joined or not?
Good evening, sir. Joined, sir.
Okay. Now we will come with the second session, okay? And for that, Miss Amsini, okay? He has completed the bachelor degree in SRM Valliyamma Engineering College, Department of EEE, completed in the year of 2020, as she is the alumni of our department, and currently she is working in application development assistant in Accenture's private division Perungalattur. And his area of interest such as power systems, renewable energy systems. Okay. Currently she is going to present the topic such as energy efficient technology in the various sectors. I welcome you to the presentation. Welcome, Amsini. You may start the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your warm gesture towards me. Good evening, teachers, and good evening, students. Shall I share my screen?
You may share now.
Is my screen visible, sir? Okay.
Visible.
Okay, the title is Energy Efficient Technologies in Various Sectors. It even gives the content of the seminar. So the first thing which will come to our mind is energy. What is energy? Since we have studied from our lower classes, which would be that work into force, like SI unit is joule. It is nothing but a quantitative property, conserved quantity. In the other sense, we can say energy is transferred to an object in order to perform work, or to heat the object is also called energy. So, what is energy efficient technology? Energy efficient technology is a technology for using less energy to perform the same task, that is eliminating energy waste, or utilize the energy waste, or to recycle the energy waste. Benefits of using this technology is nothing but lowering the cost of household and economy wide level, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, reducing demand for energy imports. Energy efficiency technology is the most preferable way of utilizing energy nowadays. It is not only uses less resources but also yields less cost for production, operation, etc. So we will be seeing energy efficient technology used in different sectors like both private and the public in the upcoming slides. So hospitals. First sector is I'm going to tell about hospitals. Hospitals are the backbone of healthcare delivery system. We have two types, which is private and the public. Private hospitals consumes 10 to 15 times more power than government hospital. This will lead to more power strain in the power sector of the country. To overcome these studies, we are recommended to use energy efficient technology. The only thing, it is under positive result, but there is a lack of interest and awareness among the public how to use this energy efficient technology. This is nothing but India has a total of 43,486 private hospitals. In the other hand, 25,778 public hospitals, 1.18 million beds, 59,264 ICUs and ventilators. These will all promote power consumption, more power consumption. So to reduce that power consumption, we are recommended to use energy efficiency technology so that the fuel and the sources, the energy would be saved for the future generation. If you could see, 30% is used for lighting, 52% is used for HVAC plus fans, and 10% is used for water heating, and the 8% is used for other resources. So in hospitals, they are consuming more power. So to eradicate that, we are recommended to use energy efficiency technology. This is nothing but the comparison between government hospitals and the multi-speciality private hospital. Everyone will recommend you to go for private hospitals because of the equipments, and also for vaccination, for the medicine, we recommend government hospital. So for one bed for 1 year, they are using energy in the sense 15,774 kilowatt hour. This is the graph of 1 year, which like per bed in per year, how much energy being consumed by the person, by the individual. So to eradicate, to overcome this issue, we have to go for energy efficiency technology. So energy consumption can be reduced by various measures. First, we have to control the air conditioning in hospitals, maintaining a normal temperature in various places. This brew of energy efficiency, hold on, that I will be explaining in the upcoming session. Like operation theaters, you can use lower temperature like 17 to 27 degrees centigrade Celsius, and 24 to 26 for recovery rooms. Patient rooms would have 24 to 26 degrees Celsius. So specific temperature areas can be useful for zoning. Air conditioning always kept on instead of unstable operation saves power. Taking advantage of natural ventilation and mixed mode of operation lead to a better usage. This is the case study which is done by Conserve, which is nothing but an energy audit organization, who done on 2006 in Apollo hospitals, and Kovai Medical Center was done in the year 2004. Both are done by the same energy audit called Conserve. The measures they have took is replaced reciprocating compressors with centrifugal and screw type compressors, fluorescent lamps with electronic choke for lighting, power factor of 0.97, and suppression filters, waste steam used to preheat water. In the other hand, Kovai Medical Center, they have researched and they come up with installation of building monitoring system, maintaining power factor of 0.95. They have installed digital meters, reduction in the current harmonics. By the result, they have gained 61 units in 2005, and they reduced to 57.62, which is radically 3.69% they have reduced. For the energy consumption has been reduced here. In the sense, this result shows saving up to 25 lakh every year in electricity bills. In educational institutions, the energy, we all know that we use less power during day, and night we use more. But the thing is, we are having more number of institutions in our country. So energy saving must play a key role in institutions. Like we are having institutions like 1.4 million Anganwadis, 60,000 private primaries, 1.5 million K-12 schools, 41,907 colleges, 1,028 universities as in India for now. So there are so many students were studying every year. So the number is like the load, it consumes more power. So we are recommended to use solar power in the roofing top. We have to use windmills as our college does. They are using energy efficient technology. We have to congratulate them that they are consuming, they are eradicating power consumption in a less amount. So, in the other hand, the first and the foremost implementation we have to know is to use energy efficient drives for fans. As of classes, day schools and colleges are the most, and the primary load would be fans, and the bulbs also. So the library could use more of the LED lighting, and which should consume power from solar PV panels. For more energy sufficient fans, variable speed drives and brushless DC motor drives can be used. So when it comes to lights, LED lights are the best solution. It consumes less power, so we can use less power because the energy should be saved for future generation. LED lamps are so energy aware and provides more luminosity than conventional bulbs and tube lights. So office building. First, office building, we will be having a thought of like it consume more power. When it comes to lift to work on your laptop, all comes under the power. We consume more power in office buildings only. So here, air conditioner for the rooms also create a large load demand. So it is necessary to accommodate all these necessary devices for work. First thing, government established a rule called act called Energy Conservation Act, which comes under established on 2001 and implemented in March 2002, which is nothing but energy is needed for whole world, but the industries and the office were using it, and consuming power and polluting the environment. So they produce an act. The main source of the act is to give tradable emission permit, which is nothing but industry. If you think of an industry, you have to give like they will suggest you to give, for an example, 1 ton of coal. If you take a thermal power plant, you will be having, you're suggested to you will burn the coal, and the air will be polluted. Tons of carbon monoxide or the gases will be out, so the air gets polluted. Instead of that, government set a rule that you have to give 1 tons of carbon monoxide or 1 ton of gases per month or per 2 months. You have to be have a line to eradicate this energy consumption or polluting the environment. So they will be giving this permit. If you take of two industries, like one party one will be having 1 ton permit and the party two will be having 1 ton permit, but the party one will be using the 0.5 ton, and he will be having 0.5 more, but the party two would suggest him to give him 0.5 permit extra, so that he would suggest a money, he would demand a money to buy a 0.5 ton from him. So instead of paying him, the party B will think of getting a carbon filter, which will eradicate the energy consumption. So it will not, the carbon emission will be low in the environment. So to publish that awareness, government has produced a rule called Energy Conservation Act. More consumer electronics have certain certification to identify its power consumption and nature. That is called Star Energy label. This you would be seen in every refrigerator, AC, and the energy star would be seen in the laptop before, which is nothing but the energy efficiency. They would be giving a star rating. That is nothing but the power consumption of your appliances. They will be giving it as a watt scale. So this energy efficient has been used, and they were giving 3.21 energy efficiency watt per hour. So I have told you, view of energy efficiency. Bureau of Energy Efficiency is nothing but an agency which is under the control of government, which is nothing but a Ministry of Power. So it started in 2002. It is nothing but a star rating. So it is they were conducting exams. They were like two exams are conducting: certified energy manager, certified energy auditor. It is like prelims and mains. That the thing. You have to write first certified energy manager, which will have 4 topics, 4 books. It seems you have to complete that. The main thing you have to know the criteria for appearing for exams. BE completing BE in to attend manager, you have to completed your UG with the 3 years of experience. Experience in the sense you have to be aware of energy field like operation, planning, testing in your energy field, and also in electrical equipment manufacture, or else you have to learn from the energy audit and then you have to appear for the exams. Then comes energy auditor. You have to appear for energy auditor. So this energy auditor will be the one who controls all this brew of energy efficiency. He is the one who will control all the brew of energy efficiency. For now it seems 460, approximately 460 or 470 members in each batch. There will be 3 batch, I guess. So there will be 460 members in each batch. Think of it, because we have number of industries in Chennai itself. We will be having so many offices, so many industries are there, but they are maintaining by the energy audit, which is a little amount. So you can apply for that, you can learn from it. Triple E is wanted. So triple E's are the one who is experienced. Triple E persons are wanted for this energy audit. So centralized AC, everything should be controlled. We have to use the same temperature for like we have to relate it and we have to control it. So for this office buildings, instead of using power, we have to use rooftop solar PV panels that play a major power source in the whole building. There are also for solar powers like transparent solar panels, which can be used for glass windows as well as the energy production materials. Transportation in the sense we will be having two methods: road, railways. First thing which would come under your mind is that electrical vehicles. Instead of electrical vehicles are paving way for the future of transportation. Companies like Tesla Motors, BMW and Benz have invaded markets with their electric cars, while companies like Ather produce electric scooters. The transportation sector is the largest consumer of oil and it has grown at a highest rate. As far you can see it in Delhi, the pollution, it seems it's more. So instead of using IC engines, you can replace BLDC motors. For cars, you can use modified synchronous reluctance high efficient motor. They are high efficient than your engines. This is the thing. For railways, energy efficiency for railways means reducing the energy consumption, reducing the energy cost, emission of pollutants. CO2 should be controlled. Even though rail is more energy efficient than most other transport modes, the enhancement of energy efficiency is an important issue. For railways to reduce their contribution to climatic change. Power traction motors are the most efficient for railways. So here comes the transformers. Transformers in the sense we will be using HTSC, which is nothing but the high temperature superconductivity, which is high efficient transformers. We can use it for your railways. And the medium frequency transformer, which saves mass and losses by exploiting the fact. We can use inverters. Main efficiency advances lie in power electronics. Instead of IGBT is a efficient one. Than IGBT, they are using replacing with GTOs. Then traction motors, which is nothing but the asynchronous traction motors, which can improve the efficiency due to their characteristics. Intelligent control algorithm for the individual transfer components. Transversal flux motor consists of permanent magnets arranged in a ring shape. The direction of the magnetic flux is perpendicular to the rotational vector. vector. This way, the transversal flux construction principle allows a very high power density. So, industry sector has been a major driver for growth. It accounts for about 45% of total consumer energy consumption. When you take industry, EESL plays a major role, which is nothing but an uh, EESL is nothing but an energy efficiency service limiters. It is nothing but an automation body. It is an organization. They suggest us to push towards the LEDs. This is also under the control of Ministry of Power, which are a group consist of Power Grid, Power Finance Corporation, National Thermal Corporation, Renewable Corporation. They are doing things that how to control energy, how to save energy in a drastic amount, how to save for it. For that, they are giving EESL aggregation model. They push towards us to LEDs. So, large industries like fertilizers, iron and steel, cement, and a diversified MSME sector. MSME, we all would have known. They suggesting us to provide we have to produce our energy, we will be having our solar panel in the rooftop, and we would be consuming it without the wastage of energy. So energy is necessary, but to help our industry create useful products, the development of cleaner, more energy efficient technology can play a significant role in limiting the environmental impacts associated with many industries while enhancing productivity and reducing manufacturing cost. MVR is nothing but an open loop heat pump system that are well suited to evaporation process. MVR allows the latent heat contained in steam, which is often lost in traditional processes, to be recovered. Steam generated by evaporation is recovered by a compressor, which increases pressure and temperature to several degrees above the liquid's boiling point. So we uses heat pumps and we uses homogenization techniques. Then comes here the opportunities industry, how to lower the energy consumption, drastic energy consumption. The main thing we can say is green building. The name itself, it says green building is nothing but a keeping solar energy or on the rooftop and the grid integration with the wind turbine, which our college holds the solar panel and the wind mill also. That is the good work. The thing, we have to save power. For example, if an industry needs an 13 megawatt power for 1 week, so if there is a demand, there is a supply. To produce that demand, government will rely on 70% to thermal power plant. So they would burn coal and there would be an air pollution. To accommodate, to eradicate this, we are suggested to use solar energy or the wind energy in the replacement of thermal power plant. So it would be easy and it would be like we can save more energy from these techniques. It has an organization called World Green Building Council. In India, it is named as Indian Green Building Council, which is in Hyderabad. We have to know about TERI. TERI is in Delhi, which is nothing but the Energy and Resource Institute, which started in 1974, comes under Tata's group, was named as Tata Group's Energy and Resource on that time. Then later on, they have changed it as Energy and Resource Institute, which is nothing but a research institute. They are doing researches how to control this eradication, how to control this energy consumption, large consumption of energy. Like BEW of energy efficiency was also practically tested by this TERI. Energy efficiency technology is also controlled by our TERI. So in industry, there are also more space for self-sustainable forms of source like solar power plant and even wind turbines near them. So this is the a small graph, which is nothing but a case study. They would be like, one is the left one is called automation and the right one is called textile, which is nothing but the payback ratio and the payback period, which is nothing but we have to give the cost and we have to save the energy. In how many years you would have saved the power. in how many period would you save the power. That is the thing we have to give and we have to get. That is the payback ratio. And in agriculture we might know we will be using motors, we will be using high pump. So replacing incandescent lamp bulb with leds uses less energy. In poultry houses, for example, leds can be used for both grow and broad lighting. Replacing older ventilation fans with high efficiency option can reduce energy consumption to produce both energy and cost saving. So we are requested to use VFD, which is nothing but variable frequency drives, to inverter duty fan motors to increase our efficiency as in agriculture. And we are recommended to use high power pump to increase our energy and to increase our we can save our power, requires less water and requires less power. Military technologies, this is the thing we have to be very aware of. One development being investigated here is the lithium air batteries. It was found in MIT, US, which is not come under form, which has been found in 2011. Nothing but a solar. Now in India also they were using solar soldier project, which is nothing but the program involves they will be having photovoltaic and thermoelectric cells being stitched into the soldiers clothing, so that we can directly take power from the sun. As the sun generates, we can take power from the sun. And the next thing, University of Florida produces the future of night vision, which is the advanced technology, which is organic, which is nothing but they are giving us to replace that with organic LEDs. Now conventional cells are replaced with fuel cells in military base camps also. They are more energy efficient and less fuel consuming. We have to use less fuel and power for the future generation. So the energy efficiency is most important in each and every field. We have to be aware of what is energy efficient technology. So coming up generation should know about energy efficient technology. Google it, search it, make a future over energy efficient technology to the humanity to save the resources we have and use it more efficiently for generation to come. Thank you. I have completed my thing.
Okay, thank you, Amsini.
Please, sir.
Okay. Very nice presentation, ma. Really, it's very helpful to us. Okay. From participant side, are you want to raise any question? From participant side, are you want to raise any question? Hello, are you want to raise any question? Okay, we'll wind up the session. Okay, I'll give the conclusion. The speaker to the energy efficient technique in the various sector that was given by Ms. C. Amsini, Assenger Solution Private Limited, has given a seminar in the about title again. And here she already given the information about how the energy can be efficiently handled again for the management side, or it may be transport side, or how you have to use the LED for agriculture purpose or greenhouse effect, and for the above different type of criteria, how the energy can be efficiently handled again. And for that also he given the idea about how the solar power as well as the wind power installation, the relevant information also that will be given by Ms. Samson again. And the above data that will be really useful for the energy efficient concept again. Really, it will be very useful to us again. Thank you a lot, okay, Amsini.
Thank you, sir. Hope everyone like it. You just
Okay,
search for.
Okay, we'll take a photo just to wait. Okay, tell on the camera.
Okay, sir.
Sir, Arivalgan sir, shall we call the first speaker too?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. No problem. But other is no problem. If we join.
He has joined. Our join பண்ணிட்டார்.
Nice presentation.
Thank you.
Jai Krishna
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Jayakrishan sir. Sir Jayakrishan sir, kindly turn on your video, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
photo எடுத்தீங்களா?
Wait, sir. Wait, sir.
Malay madam, photo.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you taken the photo or not? எடுத்தீங்களா?
Yes, sir. Wait,
okay, okay.
wait, sir. Wait, sir. Please, please.
எடுங்க பொறுமையா எடுங்க ஒண்ணும் இல்ல அவசரப்படணும்.
Sir, முடிஞ்சாச்சு. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Thank you, sir, Jayakrishan sir, for coming us for the pic, for the snap. Thank you, sir. Okay. Harivalakan sir. Sir, Harivalakan sir, கேக்கல.
மேடம் நீங்க கன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுங்க மேடம்.
Thank you all the participants, the faculty members, for being with us for a long time. I think this one-day seminar on global warming and energy conservation will be very useful. Both the speakers have given a very nice talk. Harivalakan sir. Both the speakers have given a very nice talk. Actually, by just this seminar should not be a one just like that attending and just leaving away. So let us follow the things or guidelines which have been said. The students, particularly the students, uh, we have to follow the things which have been discussed in the seminar. I hope this will be very much interesting. Once again, I thank all the students, all the participants, the faculty members for attending this seminar. Thank you so much. On behalf of our coordinators, Dr. Arivalagan sir and Rajan Babu sir, and we thank our HOD and the management, the principal, vice principal sir, for giving us a permission to conduct this program. Thank you, sir.
Madam, e-certificates details.
Okay.
Students,
Students, I will send the link. Okay, you already registered again, and for that, the email ID is with me. Okay, I will send the data and just to fill the register form, and you may receive the e-certificate in your email ID. Okay, thank you. Thank you for thank you for the cooperation.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thank you a lot. I'll give you the end of the meeting. Okay, thank you.